Alright, it was so very nice seeing you. And tell you what, we're going to talk a little bit about math fractions. Math fractions! So what we're doing here is we're playing our C major, and we're playing with a 1, 2, 3, 4. We're quite essentially doing 4 different rhythms, which is a quarter, 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 quarter. So if we were to write those all out, we'd have 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. That equals 4/4. That equals 4 beats per 4 beats per measure. Now, granted, in music, it's a lot like fractions. If I had one measure and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, even though I've got 4 quarter notes inside that whole measure, I've got 4/4. So a numerator 4, denominator 4. If I had 2 measures right next to each other, I would still have a measure of 4/4 and another measure of 4/4. Therefore, if I add those 2 fractions together, I don't really have, 12/8. I actually have 2 sets of 4/4. So what I do is rather than changing the numerator and the denominator, I just change the number, the numerator. I add those together and I put all of the denominators together, because the denominators are like denominators. But if I ended up having a measure that was 2 different bases, so 2 different denominators, let's say I was playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's 2 different measures of 4/4, giving us 8 beats in total. That's easy addition. But what if I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I would still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I would still have the same amount of bass notes, the denominator, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. However, that adds together to 7, because I had a measure with 4/4 and then a measure with 3/4. So they're both 4 types. One's 4/4 and one's 3/4. But when I add those together, I don't necessarily just have 7 on top and then 8 on bottom. I actually lower that to the lowest common multiple, or the LCM, which means when I have the function of having 2 fractions, no matter if it's math on a piece of paper or it's our rhythm here with our instrument, we're still adding like values. So if I had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, I would actually have a value of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So all of those added together can be simplified into just plain measures. Our takeaway today is that when we play a C major, we play a D minor, we play an E minor, an F major, a G major, an A minor, and a B diminished. Those are all part of a key called C major, which they have natural notes. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So this week, what I'd like you to do is just kind of work on the notes you know, like the C major. C, D minor, D, E minor, E. Here's our F major. I like this one too. We've got our G major, which we know. This one is a G note, a B note, and a note, and that makes a G major triad. This is our A minor, our B diminished, and then our C major again. So what I'd like you to do this week is just play a couple of these chords. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, C major, and for what we were playing on the piano, figure it out this week. I'm pretty sure it has a boom, boom, boom. Something like that. But I'll try and learn a little version of the Spider-Man song, see if we can work it out for next week. It was wonderful seeing you, and thank you this week for following along and doing the rhythms with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. These are quarters. These are eighths. Double the amount of time. It's good seeing you. I'll see you next week. Aloha.